Hello one and all, we are back streaming away. So I was modifying where I focus my province for investment manager. So I'm thinking at least Mittelmark have a got this silver mine down here. And so we'll go a day. So I'm thinking these Schwerin up here. Stettin and Kohlberg. Like there's nothing really particularly special. But I think we should keep investing in them. Maybe like a one per region thing. Now, I'm investing down here in this silver mine. And I'm wondering if I want to keep investing in like Messen? Or Meschen? Or we just go in all, let the investment work in on Chemetz here. Got 10,000 actually. Do we have education here? We do. Messen? Maybe we won't. I pretty much sealed the deal. So what we're gonna do is we're just add this to the investment manager there. We just hide that shit away. Then we clear it. Now when I was clicking through, I noticed some of our cities here are at 5, and they don't have luxury cloth as a processed material. And I'm thinking we might want to invest into that, at least here. Mittelmark isn't built up enough for it yet, but Stettin definitely is. Stettin's too big, I think. 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we can't do it in Stettin. Okay, at least we got higher education there. Arguably more important because it's used in upkeeps a building, whereas luxury is just oh wow. Okay, so this is alpha 19 and there's alpha 20 out right now, and they clear it up quite a bit due to feedback, and it's fantastic. We can at least open one up there. You my vassal? No. But you're my next target because Rostock is just too good to pass up, actually, while we're on that. Hold. Let that go a day. Clear that. That's what happens every time. I leave for a bit, so what we want to do is want to open up luxury cloth at Haviland. Now, what I do want to do is I do want to remove this from that investment manager. Remove, hide. Here. Now, in theory, opened up here for luxury cloth. Yes. It's just starting out. Next question, how are we looking resource-wise? Now, we don't need to produce everything, but this will give us a rough idea on domestic supply and demand. So we have a general idea of what could at least do well if we opened it for ourselves. Industry. We are alright on food. We are breaking even on salt. Salt always seems to do pretty well. Definitely once the world starts opening up, salt can start being sold into like India and such. We're doing alright with fiber, fuel. Yeah, that'd be all the coal mines. Raw material, we're Germany, yeah. Exotic goods, yeah, that makes sense. We have nothing. Okay, so we need more consumer. Military goods, we're doing well. Don't have any naval. A whole lot. Stettin will eventually get there, but it needs some more people working in the industry. Industrial, we're doing fine. Luxury, we're catching up on it, but we can always produce more. We can export it. We probably export industrial goods. Same with consumer. Alright, we're not doing too bad. We're primarily industrial based by the looks of by going over this. Knowledge, yeah, that's what I like to see. Okay. And we probably won't do well food-wise until the mighty potato is accessible. And how are we looking for Colombian imports? Gotta be some... No, guess not. Basically, what we're relying on is the colonizers to get their together. Speaking of, Portugal, you are what, 17? What does that give you access to? Alright, I don't have... That sounds like it's getting close to being able to go to Hispaniola and Cuba, but it really depends where it focuses on. If it focuses on going down this way, around the Cape, then we won't be getting potatoes anytime soon, because they need a colony. Anyhow, let's unpause. We've spent 5 or so minutes just doing a state of affairs of our lovely state here. Our glorious navy. 4 boats. Good boats. Army's a little bit better off. The reason why I don't have cannons, probably they're not that great yet. Getting there though. We're almost at the point where I start having cannons in my army now, normally. Okay. So what was I doing? So I was working on the Teutons. I was working on Alright. Denmark. You my vassal? Aha! Right, that was our latest war, wasn't it? So, you have no diplomats to send. I think we were going to work on the Teuton next. Also, I've decided if we become Prussia and we do not have the decision to go to Berlin, I'm just going to give myself the admin and we're going to move to Berlin. That will be our capital. Oh, right. Whoops. The January turnaround. We invested in a new industry, so this will probably go down. Oh, it goes up. Maybe something that's happened. Anyway. Oh. I really do think... Wow, I already know what the next couple ideas are going to be. It's going to be standing army, naval, colonial, exploration, colonial. So we can get in on that action. I don't think we're friendly enough. And I like our prestige positive, thank you. What's your relation with the Pope right now? Seems unlikely. Let's try it anyhow. Yeah. We are gonna lose the HRE title soon. Nothing we can do about it. There might be something we can do about it. I kind of want to use it a bit longer. So if we can like pick off Trier and Cologne, we'd be all right. How old is our guy? What's the likelihood? Pretty likely. How's the bureaucracy doing? Pretty solid. We're growing. We're like 48% corrupt. Corruption is Terrible. Let's see. Most of our factions like us. I like us pretty well, actually. Support the nobility. Nobles are pretty strong. Really strong. War with Bohemia has gotten painful. Yeah, well, Bohemia would wipe the floor with us. Their base army is stronger than what we have. And that's not even including the couple thousand, several thousand they'll get from their vassals. We need, like, Prussia before we could consider doing that. And ideally, I want the glorious cities up here, like Hamburg and Lübeck. DG isn't in this, Dageresha, so most things religious, so Protestantism and the Hussites aren't a thing. So they strunk. They haven't torn themselves up from the inside. It's fine. We'll be able to take them on eventually. We just need a bit more of a nation before we can do that. Oh right, I got those claims to work with. Awesome. Who are you allied with? Lauenburg and Minden. What's her? I want to pick off Rostock. Lauenburg and Minden aren't particularly threatening. Oh, good. Could I, like, call you in? Nope! I don't want to go to war with Denmark just yet. But if I just go to war with Wolgast here, they're not a part of that trade. Yet they are. That's why I haven't gone to war with them yet. Do we have claims all in that area yet? We do not. So taking... Do we not have a claim on Lübeck? No. Denmark does, though. Yeah, so they're already voting back for me. We're just going to start working on Cologne. We're going to max them out, and then we're just going to get back to this. Let country recover. God, I wish I had more diplomats. I think we're going to forge a claim on Lübeck so we can get rid of that trade league. And then we can mop up the small one province miners. Yeah, I like that plan. So we're just going to get these up to about 100, and then we're going to work on Lübeck. Because Lübeck and Hamburg themselves are just really, really good cities. And if we weren't going for like a role-playing-ish capital at Berlin, I would move my capital to Hamburg because it's fantastic. It's much cheaper to maintain the port there. It's got access to the river line. Yeah, the sweet Hansa money. That's pretty much it. And it would give us Atlantic-facing ports. Well, North Sea-facing ports. Yeah. Speaking of, who are you allied with? No one. You do have your vassals, which will be annoying, but it's not unmanageable. Yeah, actually, that's my goal, mid-late game colonies. I don't know if you were here, but I actually was talking about this in the state of affairs of the country. So the next idea is standing armies, naval, exploration, colonialism. And then we need to flesh out the rest of our country with things that we need to become Germany. Probably innovativeness after that. Actually, we might pick up innovativeness somewhere around here. Yeah, that sounds pretty right. But we have a strong economic base. We might get rid of aristocracy at one point. or not. This is still pretty damn useful. Base hierarchy is what keeps the nobles in line. What I mean by that is we go over to this fist down here. Is hierarchy is there. It helps with unrest, concerns, and treatment. And as we strip the power away from the nobility, they're nice. Thank you for watching. Yeah, and I don't know how well the mid-game colonialism is gonna go. If we're lucky, we'll be able to pull a Netherlands and strip away some of the Portuguese colonies. But we're gonna need a navy, and that's another reason why we want Lubeck and Hamburg. Because we're gonna need lots of boats. All the boats. Boats for days. And that's probably why I'll actually keep naval, even though it's not the greatest. Because, is there a repair at sea? Repair at sea is always useful. Because I do not micro my ships very well. Yeah, repair in coastal zones. That's going to be useful for our upcoming naval empire. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, Hamburg and Lubeck have port modifiers that make the upkeep of ports fantastic. Yeah, important. So that's like tier 2. It's like minor, important, major. And there's one in Hamburg. There's one in Kiel. The January turnover. There's one in Loop. Basically, this is the concentration of naval power of Germany. If we pause, let it move into. So you have a port here, port here, and these are all like harbors. So we can get a lot of force limit out of them. Here we go. The trade is also good. Definitely when we get up to South Schleswig up here. Schleswig. But it's only minor. But it's every bit counts. Which is why we also want Rostock. That's why we have Stettin here. Minor. But Stettin's more of a trade port than anything else. Yeah. And that also means Danzig and Ostprussian over here are going to be very important. I'm thinking I'm going to at least take Jutland. I think it's also a part of our tree. It'll be a lot easier if we get claims on it. Do we get claims on it? No. I'm thinking of another for fun play I was doing. So we might push for the Jutland. But these are minor ports, but they're not bad. And it'll give us more commerce in the North Sea. What we really need is a port on the Northwest Atlantic. So we might have to invade the Netherlands and try to hold it. And that's going to be a bitch, because these are going to be well developed by that time. And why is so we can trade hop pretty well, because most of these things connect. Well, no, if we can get Canada connects to the North Sea. So what we need to do is we need to, for our huge trade network to work, we need to get Canada so we can connect to the eastern seaboard, so we can connect to, you know, the Gulf of Mexico, Cartagena, the Caribbeans. Basically, all the trade nodes could funnel up through this way. The problem is we are not going to have direct cores here in Canada. We might in Bermuda, but the issue stands that we need something in the Northwest Atlantic to give us better connection to our eastward facing colonies, basically to connect to the Cape and East Asia. Basically, North Sea was shafted again. Always shafted. I want to be able to connect to my colonies in Africa with trade. I don't need some naughty middlemen, French or British. Okay. That's the one diplomat we were looking for. I think my odds are good to take on Lubeck. And all of his allies? Hamburg, Bremen, Hoya, Anhalt, Hannover, Lauenburg, and Wolgast. Yeah, I think we got this. We can pick off Wolgast, take that, and then we can move on to Lubeck. I think our armies would be... the issue is the coring range is really small, so what we really need is we need something there first. And then we can use that to expand our influence there. Because our coring range is shrunk. You can't just like pick off a colony somewhere and go. You need something there established so you can expand out from it. Otherwise, you're pretty much locked out from it unless you can like hop down the coast. We have money. It's a fantastic thing. Please tell me I didn't put that in the wrong place. Fuck off! God, I like this map. I really do. But sometimes... It also would have helped if I paid more attention to the diplomatic mode. Good job, me. The thing is like, yes, they'll trade by their own volition. They won't be trading like for you. So you can trade through other people. Like, we're not the only actor in the system. Lithuania is going to be trading with whoever it's connected to. So in theory, I could trade through Canada or whatever we're going to call it. Canada with K, I suppose. And, you know, we can connect our trade empire through that, but it relies on Canada A being under us for all the time, and B itself connecting into the proper markets. As for trading companies, they're not really well supported because you can't really interact with the select system on them because they require states, right? And by definition, you can't have a trading companies with the thing. So it's actually advised not to use trading companies. I don't know what they're going to use them for. But after having a discussion, because I reported the issue, it was an unintended thing. I guess it's also a pretty good temporary measure just to like get control over an area, but eventually you want to turn it into a state. A shameful display. Ah! Excellent. So we are still rocking behind here, but we need you. Now, what? I think we need the star so we can get the reform, right? Not just having this is what we need. Yeah, so we need... I'm not entirely sure. All of them, I guess? We can bang out the one. Movement speed is always good. But we definitely need this for the military reforms. Is that enough? Like, it's probably not, but... No. Whatever. That's what we need to do. We're going to focus on military for the next while. And that is we're going to put a cut in this episode, and we'll take a look. If you have questions, this is the perfect time to ask. And see you on the next episode.